Hello. Happy Tuesday. It's the last Tuesday of the month of November 2024. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy last week of November. Happy 1 month to Christmas. Y'all, I'm kidding you. November was like, phew. Phew. Hi, everyone. Come on in. Say hello. 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 Hello, Miss Nilechi. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving in advance as well. Can't believe it's almost Thanksgiving. Like, y'all, like, where did the time? The year just went by like that. Like, let's go. Hello, Miss Daniela. How are you? Yes, none other. One and only Cecilia. Hi, me, Mazel. How are you doing? Hello, God's favored. That Jimmy. How are you? Hi, everyone. Come on in. Happy Tuesday. Say hello when you come in. Let's know where you're coming, where you are joining us from. Hello, Miss Elena Sanctuary. How are you? How my babies doing? Y'all going anywhere for Thanksgiving? I'm trying to convince the boys to come down your way for Thanksgiving. Like I'm the only one in my household who has the travel bug. Like I love travel. That's one of my hobbies. I was planning to go because I the traveler. Trying to go to somewhere, another place. Actually, Miss Elena Sanctuary, I was planning to go where you were going for Christmas. But then I decided to try the this new online passport renewal online service because now you can renew your U.S. passport online finally. And they said it was going to be, oh, okay. They said that it was going to take 4 to 6 weeks. And once you submit the application, you can't use your the one you're renewing because my current the old one doesn't expire until June of next year. And so if you meet all the criteria, you can renew. But once you submit that, you can't use it anymore. So it's like, okay, if it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks, then it means I can't go anywhere. Y'all, let's people renewed this passport in 1 week, like 1 week. Like I submitted the application on November 13. They issued a new one November 19, 6 days after. Or conflicting traveling. Because I was like, so why the US likes drama? Like if you knew you could do it in 1 week, why don't you just tell me so I could have made plans? But now, yeah. It was good. I mean, 1 week, that's super impressive. Maybe because it's new. But yeah. There goes my international travel plans. But it's all good. But anyway, hi everyone. This is Attorney Abdisala Adebola Olale, immigration attorney, or at least say 1 to 3 weeks exactly. Because when you say 6, you're like, oh, that's the end of the year. Like, what's the point? I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you've got an immigration case, if it's a case that we can handle, we can and do represent immigration clients in all states. So come on in. TJ is a good student. That's gonna be someone one of T. Let me find out who that is. TJ is not a good student. TJ is an excellent student, if I do say so myself, because his mama. T. Who's your friend? Who's Maddox on TikTok? Maddox. Okay, who's that? Oh, okay. Because it said CJ is a good student, so it has to be someone. So I said, no, he's not a good student. He's an excellent student. But anyway, that's Maddox. Okay. You said Maddox, right? T. Hey, Mr. Maddox, right? That's his name. Doesn't pronounce it. Okay. Hi, Maddox. Say hi to Walker. But anyway, if you need to contact us, our number is 334-341-4475. Visit our website at olalayalawfirm.com. All things immigration, citizenship, change of status, extension of status, removal of conditions, VAWA cases, H-1B, employment base, perm, NIW, marriage case, asylum, fiancé visa. We can do it. God helping us. And shout out to Mr. CS. Yeah, those are his initials. Because y'all, when I tell you that this gray hair is not just for the fun of it. I've been fighting US years. Only God knows how much the fight is going to get with this coming administration. But you can't sit still, and you can't just let them do what, especially when you know that you've got a fighting chance. Please make sure you get yourself an attorney who's going to fight and go all the way for you. So shout out to Mr. CS. Because we started with that. We've been pulling this with USCIS since last year, trying to get them to approve his VAWA case because it was just lingering on. And he had we did an expedited request. They approved the expedited request, but then they would not approve the VAWA case. So at the end of the day, I had to refer him to another attorney who does mandamus. They filed the lawsuit. Finally, they approved the VAWA case. Then on to the I-485. And we've been waiting for them to do, we've been waiting for them to approve the case. They sent us an RFE. We were in the middle of responding to the RFE. Then they sent us a notice to a notice of interview. Then they sent us a cancellation notice of the interview. It's like, okay, like make up your darn mind. Like, okay, we still have time to respond to the RFE. And out of the blues, they denied the case. Denied the case saying that we didn't show up for an interview. And then because the I-130 was like, whoa, I-130 where? How? What? Like, y'all just confused USCIS because I have another name I call them, but let me see what's going on. And so we finally got the denied notice, which they did not even send to my office. We had to request and make an appointment. It was a mess. And then I read it. I was like, y'all are going to be kidding me. So people always ask me, because I talk a lot about service request to reopen. What is that? It's a request to reopen, but it's an informal request to reopen in the sense of it is not an application that you file, just like you file an I-290B. It's not that. It is just a request directly to the office that made that adverse decision. If, this is the important part, as long as you are confident, and I use that word loosely, because they can call you bluff. As long as you're confident that you've got a point, and y'all already know me, even when I don't have a point, I'm a giant at the end of the day. But on this one, I was like, and he has this upcoming surgery that we've been waiting on this card was because he needs someone, he needs to be able to travel and have family take care of him. And then you deny his kids, like, you know what, come on. But to be on the safe side, window as well. But basically, that's still pending. But I think I had a great. Well, I think I had a good shot at the request to reopen, service request to reopen, and that's why one of the things we sent was also what they requested for, which is the medical. And also they requested an I-864. So I had to remind them that this is a VAWA petitioner. He doesn't need an I-864. He needs an I-864W. Like, I can't believe we understand them. Who are these people? Are you new? Like, did they just hire you guys from high school? What's going on? So send the request to reopen directly to the Texas field office. Houston field is like, okay, y'all, is it Houston down? I think it's Dallas. Like, y'all, let's the actual request to reopen itself is super red, bold font. It's not, if that's what you see is the cover letter. My actual service request to reopen brief. The conclusion is like red. Like, what part of this did you not understand to hold this in advance? Anyway, sent that 3 weeks ago, and to God be the glory, we got that. The new card is being produced. When I called him, he was literally crying on the phone because he's been through a whole lot. So that is what makes this work. Albeit I got my whole black, and when I said my hair was black, look at it now, but that's okay. That's what makes it very, very, I mean, you just have to get someone who's going to really fight, right? And it's not everything where you have to fight. There's some things we just can't fight. We just have to leave it in God's hands. Everything we have to leave in God's hands, but some things, if you know you've got a case and you know you've got options, look at what you can. And if you evaluate everything, there's nothing else to do besides just sit down and wait on God's favor, then that's all. But at least make it an attempt. So shout out to Mr. CS, just knowing that he is able to plan adequately now and prepare and take his time to heal. There's nothing like it. But anyway, so if we can help you with your case, please give us a call, 334-341-4475. Visit our website at olalayalawfirm.com. We'll be more than happy to help you out in your case. I hope everyone is getting ready for Thanksgiving. Before you know, it's Christmas. Most people around me have decorated their homes. I haven't brought my Christmas tree down. That's got a problem with that. That's okay. But anyway, let's talk immigration. We come together every Tuesday, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays, talking all things immigration, praying for one another, encouraging one another, sharing stories like this so you can see, hello, Miss Peggy, that God is still in control. God is still working on behalf of each and every one of us. Let his favor speak on our behalf. Now, very important topic that I want to a little bit on. Okay, we're back on TikTok and Facebook. See, you pay Xfinity for all this money, and then anyway. At Olale Immigration, please follow. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. Please follow, subscribe, like, share. All of that will be very much appreciated. And let's talk about green card for siblings while in the country. That's what we're talking about tonight, real quick. And I'll take as many questions because Thursday, thank you. Thursday, we're doing live on Thursday. Everybody wants you Thanksgiving. So let's go. Let's do that as well. So what we're talking about tonight, green card for siblings while they are in the country. Green card for siblings while they're in the country. So I like to I take notes when I have consultations with clients or potential clients. And one of the consults I had today did not really end well it would end well for them, like God's grace, I take that back. It would end well for them, but it didn't end the way they expected. Let me put it that way. In what happened. And that's why I want to talk about this. Thank you, Mr. Sanctuary. Good evening, Mr. Kelvin. Have you traveled yet? If not, maybe you and I should take that trip that, this passport people didn't let me take. But anyway, if y'all looking for travel companion, I'll like, y'all would not, don't be fooled by the profession. This is professional life. Like, they're like, this is lawyer. I digress. But anyway, seriously, people missing the section won't be here. Exactly. So I had a consult with the family, right? They have been in the country since, I want to say it was 2001, 2002. One of those 2001, 2002. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. It's been over 2 decades, right? They came to visit the guy's brother and his family. Oh, because single got the fashion, Mr. Kelvin. Anyway, they came in to visit the man's brother because the man's brother is a citizen of the United States. They came in to visit him. While visiting, brother files for an I-130 for his brother, and so his children were also. They actually didn't have kids then. He and his wife came in. And then he filed for his brother, the young couple, told them to stay back. Along the line, they stayed back, and they had consulted with someone back then who told them that as soon as the brother files for him and the wife, then they could stay in the country. And then once it's their turn, then they can apply for their green card. So they stayed back, and then the brother filed an I-130 for his brother, and obviously the wife will be the derivative beneficiary. Along the line, they had kids. I want to believe that the oldest kid is 20 or 21 or thereabout. So that's good because their kids are citizens. No, sorry. They came in with one kid. They came in one kid. They had 4 kids. So a family of 6, husband and wife came in with 1 kid back then. They have 3 more children. And so those kids, all 3 of them are under the age of 21. The oldest is over the age 21. So they came in 2000 or 2001 and 2002. I have to check my notes. But anyway, came in with 1 kid. 3 kids were born here. All 3 kids are still under the age of 21. They were advised that brother filed, and based on brother's filing, the husband and wife and kid that came in together with them from Nigeria could all stay. I-130 gets approved, and obviously, as most people would know, and we'll get to that, the sibling petition is the category with the least priority. Takes many years. So finally, they get to the priority date for when the brother filed for his sibling, right? I think the brother filed sometime in 2003, 2004. But anyway, they finally they've been here to finally now file the case. And when USCIS now got 2 cases that were filed by their priority date, husband and wife submitted green card applications. They came to me. Why? Because now they are in removal proceedings. Why? How did they end up in deportation, basically? Whoever it was, they claimed that they thought it was an immigration attorney. I don't think an immigration attorney is going to give them that kind of advice. But whoever it was, they consulted with them, told them that as long as the brother had filed the I-130, that allowed the brother and wife and their child to stay back in the country and adjust the status, meaning apply for the green card when the time comes. What they forgot to tell them, however, is in order for you to be able to be eligible to do that as an F4 preference category applicant, which is siblings of U.S. citizens, all through the time you're waiting to adjust your status, you are required to maintain a valid status. And if you're not going to maintain a valid status, you're not eligible to apply for a green card while in the country. Number 1. Number 2, you not only would you need to cancel the process, because now they had overstayed for over 2 decades. You can imagine how much they have triggered the the permanent bar, like they more than a year. I mean, that's where you get a 10-year bar. So they've triggered that already. And when they submitted the applications to USCIS looks like you're not eligible, denied their case and referred them, sent them notice to European Immigration Court. I say all that to say that this is why I'm here today. This is not the first time I've seen that, but it gets the extreme case. The extreme type is when people are referred to Immigration Court based on advice from street lawyers. So if you are in a position where you are filing for your siblings and wondering, can they, meaning my sibling can they get a green card in the country? Can I file for them? And can they wait until it's approved and then they get their green cards? Let's go to, if you are on YouTube, because this is why I love to do this, so that we can all learn. If you are on YouTube or on Facebook, I'm going to need you. And if you're on Instagram, you may want to come to YouTube or Facebook. I'm going to share my screen. Each month, USCIS, each month the Department of State releases what we call the Visa Bulletin. Visa Bulletin lets you know for those in preference categories. So everyone who is waiting to either apply for a green card or apply for an immigrant visa at the embassy, outside of people who are immediate relatives, spouses of citizens, parents of citizens, minor children under the age of 21, unmarried citizens. If you don't fall in those categories, everybody else is considered a preference category. So preference category applicants all must refer to the visa bulletin to determine when you become eligible to apply for a green card, when you become eligible to apply for an immigrant visa. So let me go to my screen and share this with you. The visa bulletin for December is now out. USCIS also releases each month what chart, because there are two charts. There's a final action chart and dates for filing chart. Each month, USCIS would release what chart they're going to be using for that month. And what that matters is if your date is on or before the date in that chart, that means you're eligible to now apply, meaning file your I-485 green card application. This is, if you can somebody let me know if you can see my screen, if you are on YouTube or hello Evil Proud, how are you? If you're on YouTube or Facebook, can someone confirm that you can see my screen? Yes, no, yes, somebody, anybody? So if you know anyone who is in this position, please let them know to come in and learn. So that, because if when you know, and I say the more you know, the more you know, but that's the truth. If you know, then no one can convince you otherwise, because you have heard it. And that's why I love to do an analysis, so you understand how things work. Thank you. Okay. So, December 2024, that's the visa. So that we have they've already released December 2024. Usually the beginning of the second week, or middle of the second week in each month, you have the visa bulletin for the next month. So USCIS is going to be using the dates for filing for this one and also for December. Here is, if you see here, it says family sponsored preferences. A lot of people always think, okay, brothers, sisters of citizens, because they're family members of citizens, that means they should have priority. Unfortunately, no. F4 category, whereas brothers and sisters of citizens actually are the least priority. So everyone else comes, even relatives or permanent residents, come before siblings of U.S. citizens. So it's F4 category, and each year only 65,000 visa numbers are available, plus anything that's not used from the first three preferences. So USCIS is using for December the dates for filing right here. And that means that if you look at this chart at F4 right now, based on this chart, they're working on cases that were, as of December 2024, they're going to be working on cases that were received on or before March 1st, 2008. That is 16-year wait for siblings of citizens. That is a 16-year wait. So why this matters is this. By the time this family filed, I think it was 2003, 2004. So they filed the case and they had RFE, and it was quite a bit. They didn't file immediately, and so this person came back and filed for him and all that. By the time they got the RFE, USCIS sent, and I was reviewing that, they sent them an RFE saying, you're required to maintain valid non-immigrant status at the time you apply. And they could not provide that. What they provided was they sent their visa stamps all over again and the I-94s, because that's what they thought was required. But in order for a sibling to apply for a green card while present in the country, that means that if someone filed their case in 2008 and they've been in the country since then using this visa bulletin, and now USCIS is just in 2024 getting to cases filed as of March 2008. That means that anyone who submitted their case, say for instance, February 28, 2008, and they're filing for their green card now, in addition to the green card application, they have to show to USCIS that at the time they submit their green card application in 2024, they have maintained a valid non-immigrant status from the time they came in all through up until now when they submit the application. That's what's required. So that means they must show they have maintained status for 16 years without fail. If they cannot show that, that sibling is ineligible to apply for a green card while in the country. So If someone tells you that you have a sibling and you file for them, and once you file for them, then they can stay in the country, please understand that no, that's not how it works. If you file an I-130, an I-130 does nothing for anyone. Another way to look at it is this: there are a lot of people who have relatives outside the United States. They file I-130s for them. They're not in the country physically. And so if you're able to file an I-130 for someone who's not in the country, they're not getting any benefit for it when it's filed. They cannot do anything with it until it's approved, and then they apply for an immigrant visa at the embassy. That's when they get a benefit from that underlying petition. It's the same thing. An I-130 petition does nothing for anyone by itself. It's a standalone petition. What it does, the benefit of that is the person now becomes eligible to adjust status. Depending on the immigrant classification the person falls under will determine whether or not they need to maintain status, which everybody will have to maintain status except you are an immediate relative. Spouses of citizens, parents of citizens, minor children under the age of 21 are citizens. So if you're in doubt, make sure you consult with an immigration attorney. Do not allow, hello, Ms. Abena, don't allow your family member to be stuck in this situation now. The parents, I was telling them all earlier today, I'm not even really worried about the parents because I think their second child, the second child, who's the oldest American citizen child, is about a year from being a citizen. And so once that child turns 21, the parents he'll be able to file for the parents. So, great. That's going to be, hopefully this new administration doesn't cause issues because right now they have a date set for 2027. So that's good. In this kind of situation, I'm not even asking for PD requests. And I told them, like, we're going to start on that, but I'm going to keep you in court unless they move your date forward. No, because that buys me time for this kid to turn 21. And then that's going to be your relief from removal. My concern is now the oldest child that came in with them that thought he was going to benefit from this filing that is now in court with the parents, but cannot benefit from when his sibling it turns 21 because it's still going to be the same thing that happened to the parents. So number one, do not, if you're not sure about someone telling you their immigration, if someone doesn't. The one thing I always tell people is every state bar has a roster of attorneys. Please go on every state bar. If you type in my name in the Alabama State Bar, New York State Bar, my name will show up. My bar numbers will show up because it's public information. If you type in my name in American Immigration Lawyers Association, it will show up because that's the nationwide prominent Immigration Lawyers Association, verified and all that. So you do your research before you sit down and listen to someone give you information, just for your own good, so that you're not going to end up in a situation like this where you're like, okay, well, and thank God they have a child who's almost 21. But what if they did not? And they've been here for over 2 decades. So your siblings can apply for a green card in the country if they have maintained a valid non-immigrant status the whole time they've been waiting, which is right now an average of 16, 17 years throughout the whole time without fail. If that's not going to be possible, then it's best for your siblings to be in their home country until finally their priority date becomes current, so this doesn't happen to them. So like to say, a word is enough otherwise, and that's all she wrote, people. I hope that helps. Hope that helps. I don't look like I want to test this green card. All right, Mr. Maji, take me along with you. But anyway, all right, so let's get to as many questions as possible. Hello, Mr. Melvis. How are you? Hello, Miss Ovina. Good evening. Hello, Mr. Gamble. How are you? Hey, Miss Murtha. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay. Hello from Maryland. Hello, Miss. Oh, good evening. It was good to see you yesterday. Okay. Disclaimer, general information and responses to your questions, general, nothing specific to anyone's case. So don't run me like, okay, no, we ain't doing that. Okay. Let's see. My friend, here we go. My friend came to the country illegally. His mother wants to file for him in the United States. Can a father or mother file for a child who is over the age of 21 who lives in the United States? First question, can a mother or father file for a child who is over the age of 21 who lives in the United States? It doesn't matter whether the person is in the United States or outside the United States or lives in Mars or whatever the person is living. An I-130 petition can be filed for anybody, anywhere they are. That's not the I think a lot of people are always getting mixed up. Like, it's the green card application is not what someone files on your behalf. The underlying petition is what is someone and the relative has to initiate. So, can the mother or father file for someone over the age of 21? Yes. If the mother or father mother wants to file for him in the United States. If the mother is not a citizen or the father's not a citizen, then as long as he's not married, that's fine. If he's married, it's a green card holder cannot file for a married child. If the parents are citizens, they can file an I-130. The next question really is, can he file a green card based on their filing? And this friend must really be someone special that you know a whole lot about. But so let's go. Can you file a green card based on that? First of all, being that he's over the age of 21, let's even say he was under the age of 21. The fact that he came in without inspection makes him ineligible to apply for a green card. So, and then being over the age of 21, that's even if the parents were citizens, that's not the child that's considered an immediate relative. But even an immediate relative still has to have come in legally. So the parent, any other parent can file an I-130. He's not eligible to apply for a green card. Okay, let's see. Hello, Miss Pamela. How are you? Okay. Hi, TikTok family. What's going on? Who's cooking this? Like I've been seeing lick fingers throwing down. Like y'all, I don't know. Oh, never. I was going to say go order. Well, if you're in Texas, you still can order because she's throwing down a whole lot. But and cooking nothing. Already to my kids, you're gonna be hungry. Anything about how long something's going to take, I-0765, I-40, whatever it is, go on uscis.gov/present time. So any question about how long something is taking, that's where you have to go. Those questions will be skipped. Any question about can you travel? I will defer you to your attorneys. I don't answer any question or give any suggestion about travel unless you are a current client of mine. Hello, Miss Mikey. Thank you. My divorce is in process, but can I apply for citizenship? It depends on what basis. If you're already in divorce proceedings, then that means definitely you're not going to qualify for a marital union basis. But if you're already close to a 5-year or in the military, then those can be other grounds to apply for citizenship. Ovella O'Neill, thank you. Oh, Miss Mackie, no. Wow. What did they say is next? What is the next line of action? I was hoping it was going to be, but what is the next line of action? If you don't mind sharing, or you can email it to me. Let's see. Okay. I think I must have missed the first part of your. I didn't see where you put. He came in. I just see he came in through the border and got parole, and now we want to file I-130. Who came in? There's a part that's missing in your question. But if you want to put your question, the beginning of your question again. Is Trump really serious about deportation? I was going to say something, but I don't think I can say that. We're going to have to. Yeah. Is it serious? Yeah, he is. Can he carry out mass deportation? I guess that's what yet to be seen. Okay, let's see. What about a parent's petition filing for adults above 21? Yeah, what about it? And please do not repeat questions. It's a lot easier if questions are not repeated. That helps me go pretty fast. Red looks good on his red. Your favorite color? Actually, black is my favorite color, believe it or not. But it's just that I wear a lot of black, as you can see. And given my work, so the red is a statement color. So I love that because it's a bold color. Oh, Jacobs from Maryland, thank you for joining. Let's see. Okay. Are you a statewide immigrant attorney? I am. I'm not licensed in every state, but we are a nationwide immigration attorney in the sense of because immigration is federal practice. That means an attorney who practices immigration in any state can represent an attorney who is licensed in any state and practices immigration can represent you regardless of the state that you are residing in. Okay, email me. Hopefully there is some solution. Still waiting for your response to my last email, Mr. A from Kansas. Waiting for your response to my last email. Mr. A from Kansas. Let me see. Let me guess. Kansas. Mr. A from Kansas. Oh, sorry. Well, before I say sorry, is it been some 2 hours since you sent me the email? If not, then don't bug. It has not even been some 2 hours. Really, Mr. A. Do you see my email says I respond? My whole day today was in court, and then I go back to the office and I had to review immigration files. You think you can wait the 7-hour period? Let me roll my eye because I was like, All right, Mr. A, you get a response within 72 hours, as indicated in all the emails we've been exchanging. Okay, let's see. What happens now? Anything about how long something is taking, please go on USCIS.gov. Okay. A free clothing store. Can you concentrate? I'm blind. Thank you. Can you tell who is eligible to file the I-765? Okay. I'm about to file for my fiance K1 visa. Do you think the proposed policy will affect this? What proposed policy? What policy? I don't know of any policy about that's affecting fiance visas. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Alrighty, let's go to Instagram. What's the time? How many people are traveling for Thanksgiving? Y'all traveling? Y'all work? I know some of y'all are working because I know that our people, like immigrants, y'all there. I can guarantee those will be doing overtime tomorrow. Because I'm not fashion like sister I'm my son double for a So raise your hands. Not well, I'm not working double or anything on Thursday, not tomorrow. If you know yourselves, don't be ashamed. Put your hand up in or put thumbs up like yes, that's me. Working double. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Go make your coins. Go make the coins. Thank you for your kind words, Miss Linda Sanctuary. Let's see. Yes. So welcome everyone to the most positive immigration space on social media platforms. Safest space to celebrate immigration victories and ask questions about new policies with one and only. How's my friend? I want to get you to that friend. I'm telling you. Miss Ellen Sanctrapping, I don't know if I've asked you before, but how come you understand Yoruba language? I don't know. I know. I may have asked, but how do you? Because I know you're in Europe, so how do you understand Yoruba language? Tija online left with you. I'm surprised to see Mr. Magic too. Like, hey, what happened? I think you're really scared. You you put the fear of God in him, Miss Ellen Sanctrapping. You put the fear of God in it, and like it's like Hello, Miss Mazala. How are you? Hello, Mr. Professor. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. That's when the red font comes. I don't, yeah. See, I'm sure USCIS people, they look at that red font like it has to be her. It has to be like, no, not her again. I mean, if you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. Just do what's right. Don't make life. It's already. My mama joined. Hey, mama. Let's see. Miss Peggy's already told me I will not miss to the Nibo. Thank you, Miss Peggy. Thank you for joining. Let's see. Happy Thanksgiving, Eagle Brown. I hope I'm Do you assist with fiance visa from Nigeria? Yeah, from anywhere. Also, you have a recommendation for an immigration law in Canada. I do not. I wish I did. I do not. Hello, Miss Lobioma. How are you? I actually got an alert on one of your cases, and I think I have an idea what it's going to be about. But I'll let you know once we get it. Safe travels, Mr. Magic. Just make sure you come back. Hello, Mr. Diwali. I sent you an email. If you check your email. Mr. Magic, you're gonna be back before January. You have a green card, but just I'd rather have all my people on this side of on this side of it before inauguration. So how much does it cost to fill papers at the moment? I'm not sure what you mean to fill paper. If you're asking for my legal fees, I don't discuss fees outside of a consultation. But if you're talking of filing fees for USCIS, it's on the USCIS website. If someone has an I-751 pending, can they apply for EB2 national interest waiver? Visa and will run concurrently. That's, I mean, one doesn't affect the other. But why would you apply for an EB2 if you already have a green card? I'm not sure I'm following your logic there. Well, you don't think it's going to be approved? I love that, Miss Peggy. I don't have questions. I have testimonies in Jesus' name. I can't wait for that day. Yes. See, Miss Sumi, I already know y'all. See, all of them. How long, my people? We're going to be in my love fashion in the world. If someone is a frequent visitor with invalid visiting visa and they apply for EB2 and get denied, will it affect their benefit of getting a visitor visa in the future? It may. USCIS and the U.S. government has the discretion. Visitor visa is discretionary. It's a privilege, as they always say. So if you've already shown an immigrant petition, immigrant intent in the past, then it's possible. That doesn't mean it's going to affect indefinitely, but it's if they will factor that in. Or you picked it from around those, okay, or those around you. That exactly, Mr. Magic. She's not Yoruba, but she understands Yoruba even more than myself. Like, what? What should be the next step after USCI's last update on I-485 says fingerprint has been updated? You're going to wait to find out from what the next step is. Is it possible to get a quick offline consultation with you? That's the quick one is 30 minutes for $140. That's the quick one. July. Okay. I want to wait and see what's going on. Okay, got you. Can someone come into America with fiance visa after 3 Canadian denials? If they get approved for the fiance visa, then why not? Mr. Bannon, we know you're about to. Timilala, I always forget. That's true. Timilala is also part of our tribe. Let's see. What question? Yes, Mr. Michael, working. I know. See? What question can be asked during the interview? Several questions can be asked. It just depends on each person's case. Can you get married on a tourist visa in the States and return to your country and still be able to travel back and forth? As long as you're not coming to tell them. I mean, getting married is not. It doesn't mean you want to stay. Getting married can happen even when you're just here, or so. As long as that doesn't change your temporary intention of coming here on a visitor visa. But getting married and going back, as long as you haven't filed anything, that should not generally affect anything. It's just that they can always ask you to see at port of entry if you have a spouse in the country, and if that's the case, then that raises, and especially if your spouse is a citizen, that obviously opens up the possibility that the person may file for you, and that may be factored in. So, but it does. I mean, you getting married, just being on a visitor visa and you're getting married while there doesn't mean that you misrepresent your intention, but it can have an effect in the sense of that question may come up at the port of entry. Can you hear his voice, right? Yeah, he's playing his game. That's my child. Okay, I think how can I do that? If you go on our Toby.div, if you go on our website, olalayalawfirm.com, that's the fastest way for you to schedule your consultation. Olalayalawfirm.com. Or if you call my office, we're open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Alabama Central Standard Time Zone. Or send a text on WhatsApp, and Lydia would be one of my staff members will be able to send you the information for that. But the fastest way is going on olalayalawfirm.com. Then it's just very straightforward. Okay. I'm doing a VAWA. I got 797 form. Do you think I'm doing a VAWA. I got 797 form. Do you think I'm gonna get my work permit or a green card? I have no idea what you're asking me. If you're doing a VAWA, 797 is what the notice of action is. 797. What exactly you're asking? As far as I'm not clear on your question. Got my green card through VAWA. Congratulations. Got a wet reckless before the approved dates going to Mexico. Am I safe? I can't tell you whether you're safe or not on travel, especially when you had a DUI, basically convicted charge. I'm not sure if it's a conviction. How long average does premium services take? What do you mean in premium services? I'm not sure. What do you mean premium services? How long? Do you think they will mess with naturalized? I don't think. There's nothing to be worried about. There's no one is going to mess with the children of God. God will mess with them. No one is going to ruffle the children of God. We're going to be fine. Yeah. If your client gets married to a citizen and lives separately, is it risky? Well, I can't answer that because I don't have a client that is living separately. So, but if you're asking if you are living separately from your citizen, unless it's for a valid reason like employment, where you can explain why you're not sharing a residence with your spouse, you may open up red flags for yourself. What happens after biometrics appointment by visa? After biometrics appointment by visa, and how likely is to receive your work? I'm not sure. I guess you're asking what happens after you've done your biometrics based on your U visa application, and how likely is it to receive your work permit. You're just going to have to wait to see what happens, and the normal processing time for your work permit as well. I haven't gotten the green card yet. They just gave me 797 from filing. And that's exactly what they're going to give you. Your receipt notices from filing for. So if you just file for the VI case, then VI is taking an average of 41.5 months. So I went to law school, so I don't have to do math, but that's about 3.5 years, thereabout. Yeah. So that's just for the VI itself. So if you're just finding it, then that gives you an idea how long you're going to be waiting for. I've renewed my I-765C09. Like I said, anything about processing time, please go on uscis.gov/processing time. It will give you the estimated time frame for your application. Okay, let's see. Someone asked about your friend that wanted a jatutu. Auntie, she enjoyed the jatutu. Confess you. You talk too fast for people like us that cannot understand. Okay. I can slow down. Okay. Even my question, I did not hear your response. What was your question? What was your question? But you can replay this video. That's the thing. We always upload it, so you can replay it. Yeah, I've been accused of talking really fast. I know. A friend of mine. Here we go. got his 10-year green card and is divorced from the spouse. Can he? How do y'all know a whole lot about your friends? How come? Because the kind of friends I have, or maybe because I just mind my business, but I don't have friends that actually tell me a whole lot about what's going on in their life, and I don't ask. So yeah, but anyway, gotta say your green card is divorced from the spouse. Can he travel abroad without any problem? Once again, anything about travel, ask your attorney. Thanks for your consult. My son got his EAD explained after exactly what you told me to do. God bless you. You are welcome, Miss Khadija. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad we could figure out a way for him to do that. Thank God. So that is amazing. Is it ever possible for someone who filed for asylum to get a green card without an interview, even before a work permit? You've got to have an interview in an asylum case, unless usually there can be a stipulation in court, but for asylum cases with USC as affirmative asylum, you're going to have an interview. Yeah, you can have the replay. Sorry, this friend's talking. And other people, these friends, I don't have these friends that tell people like, maybe hello, Miss Jared. Now I have the wrong friends. Maybe I just have I have a friend. Okay, I use this person going to be. I have a friend who entered illegally and now he wants to get married to a U.S. citizen. Can he get a green card through that? No, unless hopefully the marriage works out. But if the marriage doesn't work, if marriage becomes abusive, then he can always look into filing a VAWA case. But getting married and trying to get his green card and not coming in without any papers, short answer no. He would have to. The spouse can file an I-130, then he will have to do an I-601A waiver, get that approved, and leave the country to apply for immigrant visa, which always is risky. Let's see. Okay. So I think we covered all questions. That was pretty. See, if we don't repeat questions, that goes pretty fast. I am a green card holder. I'm married to an H-2B person. Will she be able to get a worker's permit before what? So if you're married to an H-2B visa holder, obviously you have to file an I-130 for her. And then when she becomes eligible to apply for the green card, which I believe, let me see what they're working on now. I can go back there. Let's see. USCIS working in cases filed in July 2024. So that's a 4 month wait. So once she becomes, then she's able, as long as she maintains the H-2B visa up until USCIS receives a green card application and work authorization, then she should be able to get a work authorization through that. Oh, our H-2 has expired, then forget everything I just said. Well, still the point of the person has to maintain these. But when you become a citizen, this Chris that says, if you're not going to be, you know what? I don't have time for this. I'm not obligated to answer your question. Okay, here we go. Okay, so since her H-2 visa has already expired, then the next best thing is going to be the next question is how long is it going to take you to become a citizen? And if you're on your way to becoming a citizen, then once you become a citizen, then she's exempt from the overstay bar. Well, McCoy, I think you still have quite a bit of questions, and you may be better off sitting down and schedule. We would like to answer your, specific questions to your case in a paid consultation, so you get the answers you need, particularly for your case. So whether I can help or not, I can tell you that until I have met you with you on your web and asked questions related to you. But what I've just said is general information. But if you want to know exactly how to go about your own case, then that's going to be the best thing to do. I was on a Zoom with you a few weeks back, and you advised my fiance to move in. He refused. I couldn't tell you your real name because, obviously I don't want to say your name, but there's so many people that I talked to. I'm trying to remember who would have been that person. Yeah, I can't remember anyone from the top of my head with that username. I applied for a visa for my husband. It has been a year, and I'm a U.S. citizen. How long should I wait? USCIS.gov for, but I think, you see how long it's taking for immediate relatives as well. Does using a lawyer in different states to file for your paperwork matter? It doesn't matter what state your lawyer is in. Immigration is federal practice. What should I do when I've been waiting for a schedule of my interview since 2016? I take it you are talking about an asylum case. Yes, Miss Siva, it is taking that long for VA cases, unfortunately. That's why I asked if it was risky to live separately. Yes, that sounds like something I would say. Just like I said, generally, it's something, unless you have a reason, like someone is working and the person comes home. I'm sure I would have told you that, as long as he's coming home, even if he's saying he's working or something. Yeah. Asylum. You may have to see USCIS at some point. 8 years is pretty plenty. So yeah. Will a person who graduated here have a quick process if husband U.S. citizen files for her? Marriage and graduating has nothing to do with how fast your marriage-based case is going to go. You're welcome. What do I do to bring my adopted child to the USA? File either an orphan adoption or family-based petition if you qualify, if you've met the legal and physical custody requirements. So you may want to talk to a lawyer to see what your options are. Okie dokie, everybody. I think we did quite a bit of questions. Let's see. Thank you. This friend's stuff. This is the last season. Here's things daily. I'm telling you. It's daily. Good evening. What's the fate of someone that went for an I-130/45 interview but got a response or pending review? What's the person's chance for approval? That's not. help me answer your question. How am I supposed to know your chances of approval if I have no clue about your case? Like, help you answer that question yourself. I don't have any information about your case. You're just saying because they gave you pending review. How does someone tell you what your chance is of an approval? Just asking. I have submitted an AR11 form a long time, and they're still sending information to my old address because it's USCIS. Yep. Yeah, exactly what happened in Mr. CS case. It's USCIS. Even though they have my information on file, they still sent the notice of interview to the previous attorney's office, and then a cancellation notice. It's USCIS. Sorry. Interviews in April and May. Spouse was traced to his house in July. September, we received letters of denial saying my spouse withdrew his application. What can I do next? My 2 kids are affected. Mr. Lee, you want to sit down with a lawyer and see what options you are, especially if you have your kids involved. This is not the time. Y'all listen, this is not the time to sit on the fence about anything, because we're not trying to bring about fear, but going based on track record of what this man has done in the past, and knowing that he's going to take office and he's not going to be able to run for president in the office of the president ever again, because it's going to be his second term. He's going to come with everything he can possibly come with. And I say all that to say this. This is not the time to try to figure out this is time to sit down with a lawyer and figure out what your options are. And take advantage of this, on the 2 months that is left before. File something, whatever it is so you have something in the works, that not just anything, but obviously something you're eligible for. So in your case, consult with a lawyer, see what the next stage is going to be if you qualify for something. So same thing, Ola been told, same thing if you've been waiting, ombudsman inquiry, congressional assistance request, if all else fails, sue USCIS and get answers on your cases. Okay, people, thank you so much for joining. Can y'all believe that we are almost at the end of the year? Like, the next time I see you, by God's grace, is going to be December next week. It's the last month of the year, like 2024. That's it. But we are grateful as we celebrate Thanksgiving. My heart is grateful. I spill over with gratitude, because it's been having this community every Tuesday and Thursday, and even outside of this program, we come together on my page, and share testimonies and comments and information for other people, and just being able to know that you've got that positive, community of immigrants that have a common goal as yourself. Those of us who have been through it, and being able to encourage and celebrating victories, and just knowing that God that has constantly done things for each and every one of us. Those who are coming behind in their own testimonies too, he's not going to forget them. For all of that, we are grateful. We're grateful for those that are going to still share their own testimonies as well. And so I'm thankful for having this community, for real. And thankful that you guys spend time with me each and every Tuesday and Thursday. And even thankful Mr. Magic that he didn't drive me insane. Throughout this process. But, just being able to know, and, talking to Mr. Magic, for instance, looking at his case, we thought he was going to get a 2-year green card, but the way it worked, and, he knows the details, it turns out he actually qualified for a 10-year green card without it even it was like, that light bulb was like, Otomani, he actually qualified. He doesn't have to worry about it in renewals and all that. But those are things we come together and we remember that God did, and we are thankful for. And so the way we have celebrated and given thanks to God on behalf of all of these people and Miss Ellen's Sanctuary and those to come, and Mr. CS, Mr. Allen, and Mr. Old, who had his citizenship a week ago today. We're also thankful for those that God is going to remember, and that means he's going to remember each and every one of us. There's no one that God has forgotten. So we give thanks to God for all that he has done in the past. And we thank him in advance for those testimonies that are going to abound. And as we go into this Thanksgiving period, remember to be thankful, even for things you have not seen yet, knowing that the thanks you give in advance actually speaks and declares on your behalf, knowing that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly what he has promised he's going to do on your behalf, on the behalf of your children, your children's, your family members. Know that he's going to do it, and because of that, we will continually remain in the state of gratitude. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Be grateful, be thankful. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. And I know that at the end of the year, we will look back and have many, many reasons to give God thanks. I will see you guys next month. You have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.